Breaking news. The Russian Culture Ministry claims that the country's moral fiber has been lowered due to widespread exposure to a bootlegged copy of the Barbie film. While Russians are trying to keep their spirits up during the invasion of Ukraine, the Russian Culture Ministry is attacking the film, Barbie, as a symbol of Western values they despise. According to the BBC, traditional Russian values, a catch-all phrase that seems to refer to patriotism and general conservatism, are being attacked by a number of government agencies and politicians as not being promoted in the new Barbie film. Wartime sanctions prevented the release of Barbie in Russia, but the film is now being shown as part of a thriving black market for movies, as reported by The Guardian. Maria Butina, a Russian parliament member and convicted spy, spoke to BBC reporter Steve Rosenberg about her desire to ban Barbie dolls from Russian schools and the importance of the mysterious traditional values. Asking, as a representative of a country that has invaded its neighbor, "How can you talk about values?" Rosenstein inquired. "Well, we have a different position on that," Butina said. "But then, what exactly does it mean to have patriotic entertainment that does not incorporate Western values?" According to the BBC, at least one Russian concert featured paratrooper pop stars performing in military uniforms with lyrics like, "We will serve the motherland and crush the enemy." Western entertainment is not Russia's biggest problem, despite official claims to the contrary. President Vladimir Putin has stated that this month's war and severe labor shortage and significant inflation hikes make it impossible for Russian businesses to plan ahead. Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Thursday that new elections in his country could help the city of Sydney meet its housing targets and end a political fight over increased density in the city. Australia's most populous city, according to Premier Chris Minns, should allow for more high-rise residential development in its business centre, and he's willing to take on longtime Mayor Clover Moore to make it happen. On Friday, he said on Sydney radio station 2 GB, the NSW government has the laws and regulations on the books already to make changes. Mr. Minns has stated that he is willing to give peace a chance, before resorting to ignoring local planning regulations in order to increase the number of dwellings in the downtown area. It's the equivalent of the mayor of New York City declaring, "There's no room for any more buildings in New York. It's obvious that this can't continue." The City of Sydney and various state government agencies are members of the lobbying group Business Sydney, and they agree that a dedicated minister should be appointed to lead the response to the housing crisis. Paul Nicolau, the company's executive director, said the minister could coordinate the government's and the council's roles in attracting more residents to the city's core. Increasing the CBD population is vital to support the city's economic recovery and to facilitate a pipeline of affordable housing so that essential workers can live closer to where they work, he explained. Mr. Nicolau has stated that Sydney has a lot to learn from Melbourne's strategy to populate its downtown area in the 1990s. He argued that an increase in the number of CBD residents would help turn Sydney into a livable 24-hour city that would benefit local businesses and create thousands of new jobs.